Hello, my name is Ray Albert and I am here to teach you a few things. Today we're going to be talking about websites and how you go about getting a domain name and how you get it activated on your hosting account and so forth and so on. What you need to do to actually start the SEO process and making your website visible to sites like Google and Bing and Yahoo. Without further ado, let's get started on this. I'm really excited. Okay, now in creating a domain name, you're going to want something that is unique and searchable, that possibly has a keyword in it. So something that's going to work to your benefit as far as keywords go. So if you have a keyword, say handyman, you want to use that in your keyword string in your URL. This domain here that you're looking at on my desktop is called Generate Amazing Domain Names. It's called flawless url.com. What you do here is you enter in a domain name, say you want handyman, and then you're gonna go down here and you're gonna collect popular prepends, which means best handyman, total handyman. That's what they call prepends. Or you can do appends. Let's go with the appends first, and we'll just do handyman and see what we get. Now, as you can see, you got here handyman alley, and it also checks the registrars to see if they're available. So you got handyman alley, handyman base, handyman bay, handyman camp, handyman cast. So you see where I'm going with this, right? If you don't like any of the appends, then you can try the prepends. So just do that and generate, and it's going to do the same thing. So instead you would have like first handyman, and with the red crosses coming through, it's letting you know that those domain names are not available. everhandyman.com, extrahandyman.com, fourthhandyman.com. So you see what I'm saying. So if you like this one here and you want to say best handyman services, you could also add services here. Hope I'm spelling it right. And you can generate and see if it's best handyman services is there. Buy handyman services, cyber handyman. So you see where I'm going with this, right? So I'm going to show you a domain. Now when you get these, and if you click on register, it's going to take you to these other sites like 1&1, register.com, network solutions. But what I suggest you do is, if you don't have any of those accounts, if you just go to Namecheap. Namecheap is probably the cheapest place that you're going to find a domain name. So if you get any of these domains, like say Buy Handyman Services, and you do this, well, let me sign in so that they don't ask me to do that again. Okay, so now I'm logged in. So you go into the search and you say Buy Handyman Services. You want the .com and just search, and it should come up that it's available if it was green in the others. Okay, so Buy Handyman Services is available, and all you would have to do is add it to your cart and then view cart, and it would give you all the things here. You could add whatever other services you want. I suggest you just go for the domain name. Then you would click on confirm your order, and for me, I always go through PayPal. Once it's paid, it'll go back to Namecheap. Okay, so once you get to Namecheap, then you want to manage your domain name. So if you go to manage your domain name, and you scroll down, and there it is right there, first one. You want to manage that domain name, and what you want to do is come down here where it says name service. And so when you first buy your domain name, your name server is going to be Namecheap. That's the record, that's the name server of record where you bought the domain name. Now you want to point that domain name towards your web hosting services. I myself use HostGator. You could use Bluehost. there's a plethora of services out there that you can use for web hosting. Myself, like I said, I use HostGator, so you just go to hostgator.com or bluehost.com, or just search on Google web hosting companies and you'll find a lot of them. But just make sure that you can have a cPanel in your domain hosting so that you have access to the back end of your website. So if you don't have a cPanel in your web hosting, you don't want that web hosting. You want to have total control over your website. I'm going to go to hostgator.com. Now when I go to hostgator.com, it's going to ask me to log into my control panel, or cPanel as it's called. And so I'm going to log into my cPanel, and this is the back end of your website. But what you want to do, the main thing that you want to do, is you want to go and get your DNS numbers, what they call name servers. Now here's the name servers right here. Okay, so what you're going to do is I'm going to highlight the first name server here, and I'm going to go over to Namecheap, and where we have name servers here, you're going to click down, you're going to do custom DNS, and you're going to paste that HostGator name server there, or Bluehost, or whatever you have, and I'm going to copy the second name server, and it's going right there. Okay, so the name servers are there. You click this check mark, it's going to say DNS server update could take up to 48 hours, which it never does. It's always done faster than that. And it says your system, if you want to try to make changes, you don't want to do it, it's count down the time it's going to take to process that and where you can make more changes. So I'm not going to worry about making more changes. That's all I want to do. Okay, so now that I have my DNS pointing towards my HostGator account, the next thing I'm going to want to do is add a new domain. So you would do this by scrolling down in your cPanel, and just so that you know, all cPanels are created equally. I know that's a bold statement, but they basically look the same, is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, where you would have your add-on domains, it would say the same thing: add domains or subdomains or redirects or aliases, or, you know, you'd have all this stuff, quick install, Perl. These are all different kind of platforms you can use for websites. So first things first, let's see if how fast it takes to set a domain name in your web hosting account. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click in what I just bought. Okay, and I just bought by handymanservices.com, right? And then when you click here, it's automatically going to give you a subdomain and a domain root, and you can create an FTP account if you want to. I never do that. So let's just see if we now have this into our system. When you hit add domain, it should pop up, say that it was added to the registry, and there goes the add-on domain, success. Okay, so now that you do that, in HostGator anyway, it gives you the option right away to add a website. Now say I went away from my computer and I didn't see the screen again, and let's go back to the files. Now see, that didn't take 48 hours, did it? Okay, so now I'm back here. Oh God, I forgot to install my website. So what you can do now is you can just go down here to where it says quick install, and you can quick install the website. And you should have that in all your cPanels. It might be called something different, but it's the same thing. Okay, so then what I want is a WordPress website. And now it's asking me to find the domain name that I want to create the website account on, and it's by handymanservices.com. Then you would go next. These are all the paid methods. You don't need the paid method. And so whatever the title of your blog is, so now this is where SEO comes in hand. I know that handyman services is a keyword that is searched a lot in Google. And how you could find things, like you can go to the Google keyword tool if you want to, and all that is get a Gmail account. If you don't have a Gmail account, then you can sign up for Google AdWords. You would just click on a new tab and just type in Google and it should come up with keyword planner right here. So you sign into the keyword planner. Then once you sign into the keyword planner, you would click on this wrench, go to the keyword planner. And I don't like this new keyword planner that they have. So what I usually do is I go down here and I like open the previous keyword planner because I like the way it renders better than I do the other one. To me, I can't put in, you know, addresses and whatever. So now once you get here, if you want to do local SEO or whatever, you can actually click on search for new keywords. Then if you want, you could add locations. If you're going to do local SEO, you can add in the locations that you want to target, or you could put in states that you want to target, or even countries. So it's up to you. But if you go in here and you put in, I'm going to put in handyman services, and I'm going to go down, scroll down, and I'm going to say get ideas. And so what you're going to be looking in here for is you're going to be looking for keywords that actually come up that, you know, cost money. These are suggested bids, high competition keywords. So you would write those down in an Excel spreadsheet, okay? Write as many keywords as you can. Now this is just for handyman. You could also do, you know, gutter cleaning. You could do lawn service. You could do whatever. Whatever is relevant to your industry that you're trying to get into. Now another easy way to do this is if you look up here in the search bar and you type in something. So I'm going to type in handyman. Okay. Now if you notice, here you're going to say the volume is 27,000 a month searches and the cost per click average is 5.66, competition 66. So this is one way you can search for keywords. And if you go here and say I'm going to do a space, it's going to give you all these relevant keywords. Now this is what people are actually looking for. When you go into the keyword planner, it doesn't give you all the relevant keywords that you might be able to get from Google. So these are more keywords that you could also target. So if I click on keyword handyman services Connecticut, you're going to see that there's no volume, no CPC, no competition. So that might be a keyword that you might not want to use. But like I say, you know, you click on that, you get more. Now these are keywords that you can use for local searches. But anyway, that's how you would search keywords. You get a list of different keywords, you put them in a spreadsheet. Back to what we were doing here. So I want to do a blog title. So I want handyman services. So what you want to do is in the blog title, say you got buy handyman services. You could put buy handyman now. And for my administrator, I always do that. It's Ray, Albert, and my email. And then what you got to do is say okay to the terms of service and install it. And you'll see it only takes a second. And it's done. Okay? So now what I do is I take this information here and I could put it into a spreadsheet, a notepad. Okay? Now, this is the part that usually takes a few minutes, okay? So if I click into log on to this buyhandymanservices.com now, so if I go to log in, oh, I'm surprised it came up right away. Huh. So R. Albert, and the password that they gave me was, it's right here. Don't think about copying this, guys, because I'm going to change it once I get in there. That's part of what I'm teaching you, okay? So then you log in. Usually this takes a few minutes. I'm really surprised it came up really quickly. Okay, so now you're at your dashboard. And first things first. First things is you go to your profile. You want to edit your profile, okay? Then you want to scroll down to where it says generate a password. So you click on generate a password and generate a password. Generate, let me see the options here. So what I like to do is the strength. Okay, so that's good. So let's fill that in. Okay, then you update the profile. So you got a new password. So that other password that you're seeing isn't going to work anymore. Okay. So now the first thing that you want to do, I want to show you what your website will look like. And this is what they call the 2017, called the 2017 theme. Okay. So you notice it's all plain Jane and whatever. Okay. So if you go back here to the dashboard, you are going to go to posts. Is you're going to get rid of the hello world, put it in the trash. Then you're going to go to pages and you're going to put the sample page in the trash. It's called cleanup, folks. And then if you go to appearance and you can go to customize. So now you're going to see in here, you got this big old picture. We'll just leave it there for now. First thing you want to do is go to site identity. So it's got buy handyman services now, just another WordPress site. You can take that out, or you could put something in there that's, you know, salesy, like your, you know, something fancy like that, your satisfaction guaranteed, you know. And then you just click publish so you don't lose it. Like that. Now as you can see, if you go back here, and you're going to see homepage settings. Okay, so right now you got a static page, and home is going to be your setting. Okay, and your blog is going to be your other setting. So that's good. Usually it's the other way around. So you want to keep it so your home page is the main page that comes up, and your blogs are a different page. So we'll work on that later. So that's the end of this for now. I'm going to have another video that starts from here and keeps going on how you can SEO your site. But this is the start right here. Next video is going to be on implementing plugins and site maps for Google and getting your site up on Google console so that you can see your traffic and plugins that you need to put in and all this other stuff. So stay tuned for that video, and we'll talk to you soon, okay? So I hope you learned a little bit of something about getting domain names and researching some keywords that you can put into your domain names. You know, how to buy a domain name and point the servers to your web hosting company and install a WordPress website, which doesn't take very long at all. And so that's what we covered this time. Next video is going to be about implementing the plugins in the Google console. And so stay tuned for that video, and we'll see you later.